welcome back. Today we are actually going to get this thing final installation on the Crossfire, and it should look pretty darn good. So let's just talk over what exactly it is I'm doing and let you see how it rolls. Alright, so last time we built up the main frame section. That took a lot longer than it should have. Kind of one of those things where if you don't have the proper tools to get things done completely awesome the first time, you spend a lot more time grinding and doing that stuff. So, what we're going to do here is we're going to need to attach these little bracket pieces to the wing. And the way they do that usually is these bracketry would be made out of aluminum. They put it right up here on the wing and they just zap it on there and you'd be good. The downside is aluminum is good for fatigue cracking. So the way they'd usually do it is put 3 kind of inch-long beads, and then you'd have to inspect it because at some point in time they would crack and someone would have to come through and re-weld. So to avoid not doing that, I am pretty much going to just take steel bracketry and we're just going to bolt them onto the wing. So by bolting it onto the wing, we will be removing any of that fatigue cracking and we will not have to inspect a darn thing. Because when the bolts are tight, they're tight. Might be a little bit of wiggling and vibration that it can maneuver, so it's not going to break and crack and cause other damage. So that's what we're going to do today. But to make things a little bit easier, we're going to throw our wing up on here and we're going to get our holes drilled for our bracketry. So yeah. So we got the wing thrown up there. We got a straight edge on there so we can try to figure out angle of attack here. Right now we got it dialed in at about 5 degrees. Which is pretty much the max I'm probably going to run on this thing. But we will also mark at 10 degrees as well. All right, so we got a hole. That's 10 degrees, that's 5 degrees, and we'll put another one over here for 0 degrees, just in case we need to use something like that. But most likely we're going to keep it on the 5 because that's where it gets the most efficiency. But I'll get these things drilled and we'll just see how it goes. Alright, so we did some modifications to our brackets after drilling some holes. So we are pretty good at that front. So I think we're not doing too bad. I believe the next point that we're going to have to do is probably take our metal brackets and actually attach it to the wing. That'd be these guys. Bolt them up And then once it's bolted up, we can come in and zap a little bit on these things, remove it from the wing, and then finish weld the whole thing. So that is the plan, at least. All right, so basically our bracket comes in. We're going to mark at 20.5. Right about there. All right, so that's basically what we're talking there. Gonna grab the drill and just zap away. Well, we line up pretty decent, I think. All right, so I got the bracket bolted to the wing. Looks pretty good on both sides. Now what we end up having to do is flip this guy back over. And check and see how we are. Yep, we are pretty much right on. Excellent. So that means I can drag the wing and our bracketry over to the welding bench and see what we end up welding here. All right, with everything set up over here, we can probably hit a couple brackets here. Gonna crank on the welder. Well, we got a couple big tack beads or whatever you want to call them. So we're going to let it cool down a little bit here. Then we'll remove the brackets so we can finish weld. Make sure it's all good and on the up and up. And then we'll be able to probably quickly powder coat these since they're small enough to fit in the little micro oven. That should work pretty well. All right, well, I threw down some color on the wing itself. Kind of decided that was the best course of action. I kept it that kind of black hammer tone that I painted the roll cage with. It's pretty decent. It covers flaws and that type of stuff, so should be good. The minor texture shouldn't affect the airfoil at all. And then I got the brackets powder coated up, finish welded on the inside and everything. And then I threw on a layer of vinyl from like vinyl wrap, leftovers from what I did with the Camry. So this will give a little more layer between steel and aluminum. So I shouldn't have any rub through and any galvanic corrosion. So not too bad. I will throw these down, and I'm probably going to have to try to figure out a place to source aluminum for the end caps, whatever we want to call them. So I'll have to chase them down. I'll re-bolt these back on for the last time, make sure I got my lock washers and that type of stuff, and then bolt it onto the car. Almost there.